So I'm with Joanne Barker, who is the owner of Northern Delights, which is a fantastic catering business in Oswestwhistle. Welcome, Joe.
Thank you.
So, Joe, do you want to tell us a little bit about your business and how long you've been going and how it all got started?
Yeah, so it's a bit of an in-depth story, but I'll keep it as short and sweet as possible. So I've been in financial services all my working life up until March last year, when I had to throw the towel in when my daughter had a life-changing brain injury. She was chefing at our local Italian restaurant in Oswestwhistle. She was also doing a hospitality and catering course at Accrington and Rosendale College. She'd almost got to the end of it when she had the brain injury. Since then, Leah hasn't been able to work or study. So I had no choice really but to kind of rethink about how I could best look after Leah and still make a living. So we came up with Northern Delights, something that I knew would float my boat as well as Leah's when she became well enough to help. And it all happened during COVID, so it was a bit of a scary thing to do and a bit of a gamble, but I just had no choice. I knew I had to help Leah and doing something that we both enjoyed. So yeah, that's how it all started.
What a great start through obviously unfortunate circumstances, but well done for you. Well done to you, and well done to Leah too.
Thank you.
So what type of customers are you serving, Joe?
Well, we've got a really wide range of customers. Have got lovely, loyal customers who order virtually week in, week out. They order for themselves, they order for gifts for people. But more and more, we're kind of branching towards a more corporate market with buffets, brunches, for team meetings, for any kind of like corporate event where they might have clients coming in.
And how's that working for you?
Good. Yeah, we've just joined the East Lancs Chamber of Commerce. We're on with the Together Housing Association group. They're really supportive of us, so we do quite a lot of work for them. We do wedding events, so we do like lovely dessert tables, cheese grazing boards for weddings, and it's really nice because they're really happy occasions. So we're always amongst really nice people who are, they love food, they appreciate good food. So yeah, it's really enjoyable. And I think the buffets are a bit nicer to do than the baking, because baking can be a bit beige and a bit colourless, but the buffets are always nice and colourful, and we always add a bit of extra pizzazz and make it look as nice and appealing as possible.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So
what is it that differentiates Northern Delights from other companies that are similar to you?
Well, I don't want to be really big. I want to just keep it small. My kind of maximum that I could cater for really in any one day would be between about 60 and 80. I don't want to be the next big high street brand, because there's days when Leah can't help me. She might come in for an hour one day, she might come in for 2 hours one day, but the next day she might not be able to help. So I've always got to bear in mind that Leah may not be available to help, depending on if she's having a good day or a bad day. I think if it was 20, 30 years ago and I was a bit younger and had a bit more energy than I've got now, I think Northern Delights will be on a high street somewhere by now, but I'm quite happy to keep it small, keep it the quality. I think by keeping it small and keeping it manageable, I can keep it really high quality. And that's, my kind of ethos is quality over quantity, really. I think if we expanded and employed and outsourced or whatever, I just think, would it lose that kind of personal touch and that quality?
So what does the future look like then? What are the main challenges ahead for you?
Gosh, well, hopefully as we get into more and more corporate businesses, we'll have a lot of midweek. We'll be busy midweek with all the corporate buffets, and then maybe do wedding things, at christening type things at weekends and things. I think when we started during the COVID pandemic, it was a huge gamble, and it's paying off. And I think it can really only go one way. I'm determined. I've put my heart and soul into it, and I'm just determined that I will just make it work. and I will, give it my best shot every day.
Great. So what have you learnt along the way on the journey?
That when you're self-employed, you actually never stop working. Yeah, but it's all for me though. It's nice. I've always worked. I've always been employed up until doing this. This is my first kind of dip into being self-employed, and I think there's pros and cons. The flexibility is great. Being my own boss is great. But as I say, you're always you just don't really stop.
Yeah. And if you were starting all over again, just for the benefit of people that might be in that position, what would you do differently?
It's really hard to say, really, because it's all worked so well for us. I know that might sound a bit corny, but I don't know what I'd do differently, really. I just think keep it simple, keep it small. Don't try to run before you can walk. And I think with our menu, it's quite limited. But I don't want to start having a great big menu. I don't want to, we get lots of requests for things that I just can't do, and I won't even try to do them, because I'd rather do what we do and do it well than try to do too many things and then it all just start going wrong. So yeah, just keep it simple and keep the quality high.
Keep doing things well. Thank you, Jo. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks for your time.